It is 4:30 in the morning on the 17th of October, 2022. I can't even begin to explain the pain I'm in. I mean, I have taken oral medications, topical medications, ice packs, heat packs, all sorts of things, and nothing is helping. I mean, one of my medications did take it down from a 9 to a 6 or 7, which is good. It's not great, but it's okay. But I'm not really meant to take that medication unless it's an emergency, which it was. Kind of like, was really, I needed it because I woke up at 12:30 in the morning and I haven't been able to sleep since. And it's really getting to me how hard it is to get help. I mean, I have to wait another month until I can get treatment that may or may not help with my migraines, and it's Botox, so people think it's for looks when I say I have to get my injections, and then they say, what injections? Like Botox. I'm like, oh, you don't really need work done though. I'm like, it's not for work. It's because my face feels like a 1,000-degree knife is carving through my face. It is possibly like the worst pain I've ever been in. As you can probably see, I'm barely keeping my eyes open. I'm very tired. But it's so difficult to sleep. And it blows my mind that people don't understand. They've never experienced what this feels like. And I know I have people close to me who don't understand and don't accept it as an excuse for why I'm not able to do stuff. I mean, I'm struggling with university, I'm not working anymore. Everything's falling to shit because I'm so tired. I'm in such extreme pain that I just can't. I mean, I can hear my family snoring and I feel so guilty for being awake, but it's not like I can control this. I can't just fall asleep. I am in pain. And I feel like I put a lot of pressure on my friends and my family because of my illness or my illnesses. And I mean, all these doctor's appointments do put a lot of pressure on us financially, which is very guilt-inducing. Luckily, we do have Medicare here, so there is some support, but I mean, it is difficult to get into NDIS, disability support, all those things are really difficult to get into. I really don't know what to do, and it makes me feel so alone. It's almost 5 a.m. and no one's awake. None of my friends are awake. They're all asleep. My family's all asleep. I have to wait until 6:30 until I can go bother my parents because I don't want to wake them up. They have work. And my brother has school. And my friends and my chosen family, they have university and their own commitments, and it's just so isolating when you can't go out and do all that stuff and you are stuck at home and people don't visit you because they've got their own shit going on, which is fine. I can understand that they have their own stuff going on, but it is severely isolating. Not being able to function just makes you feel so alone. And the only people that you see are your doctors. Like, that's not sustainable for any human being. Having only professional patient-doctor relationships is not normal. We need to be able to have people to come over. And I guess having these channels, having these social medias helps me to talk to other people who feel this way. I mean, I've met a lot of people with various chronic illnesses that also feel so alone and also feel very infantilized and also feel just lonely, just so lonely. It was definitely hard when I was going to school and I wasn't allowed to miss a day because we didn't know what was going on with me. It was very difficult leaving school in the middle of the day to go to doctors and stuff like that, but it was almost good that I had to go to school because it forces you to be around people. Even though I was an outsider, it does force you to be around people, whereas in university you kind of have options. You have a lot more open days where you're meant to study and do work, and I guess for me at least it's a lot more disjointed. I don't really make lots of connections because you don't have like a set year of people. I don't know what my point was, but I don't know. I just wish that stuff was a little bit easier. Because it's definitely painful. I'm trying all I can to get help. I'm seeing so many doctors every week. It's exhausting. Trying to prioritize health and also balance it with uni and social stuff. And the social stuff is lacking because people are so busy. Whereas I don't have all that stuff because I just have to take breaks all the time. Too tired. In too much pain. And then people forget that you have these pains, that you have these issues, and they start putting stuff on you and trying to get you to do things for them. I mean, I had to put my foot down about stuff the other day because I was being asked to do a million things, and I mean, I was at a level 9 in pain, level 8 or 9 in pain, and I was just like, no, I'm not doing that. It's just frustrating because it feels like no one understands. And it feels like there's no way out, that no matter what treatment, no matter what pill, no matter what physio you go to, there's like nothing that's going to stop it. It's always going to be there. I mean, I'm on max amounts of so many different medications, and the pain is still blowing my mind. At least it feels like it's blowing my mind. don't know. I hope no one else feels like this. It is very painful feeling, very isolating feeling, very lonely feeling, and I don't think anyone deserves it. Because you already have the pain. No one deserves this amount of pain. But then adding on that hellscape of not being able to do stuff, having to accommodate to your nerves or your muscles or your bodily processes. It's another level of pressure that no one needs, right? Like, it would be just so much nicer if people could accommodate to pain, people could be accessible to pain, and people could just accept that shit's hard at the moment. Here's some extra support. I'll drop off some food for you. I'll come over and we can hang out. I'll come over and we can study together. That easy. But, I mean, literally, I have people cancelling on me every week at this point because they're just too busy. And I understand that it's hard with university, but it's hard doing university with pain. Going and seeing doctors multiple times a week, you've got no time on your hands. I mean, literally, one of my doctors is 1.5 hours away. I have to catch buses for 1.5 hours to go see them. That's 3 hours round trip plus an hour um, appointment. It's 4 hours out of my day that I could have been studying, but it's not possible, right? Like, they don't understand how difficult it is. I'm not saying this is a sub story, I'm saying this is a supporter story. You don't know what your friends are necessarily going through, but if you know that they've got a mental, physical illness, they've got something up going on in their life, maybe it'd just be nice to say, hey, can I buy you a coffee? Hey, can I come over? Hey, do you want to go for a walk? That simple. It's just upsetting that people like us, people with chronic illness, whether it be physical, mental, whatever, we kind of get forgotten. Because people will understand stuff like, oh, you've got a cold, or you've got depression, anxiety, which are all very valid. I'm not saying they're not valid. I'm just saying when it gets a bit more complex, when there's a lot of stuff going on, there's a lot more abandonment, and there's a lot more, I can't deal with your issues. Which, again, valid. If you can't deal with it, that's fine. But there's so many people in the world that have these issues. Just saying you can't deal with it isn't gonna stop the people around you having those issues. You may dump that friend who has chronic illness, and then the next person in your life has it, or your partner has it, or someone develops it because there's autoimmune disorders. It's sad to say, but it's just gonna happen. You don't know what's gonna happen, right? So I think we just need to show a little bit more love and compassion towards other people, especially people who are struggling. Because I don't think there's enough of that support at the moment. Anyway, sorry about the rant. Just had to get it out. Hope you guys have a nice day or night.